Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Fantasy Gravy.
Hey guys, how you guys doing tonight? Probably better than Dave Johnson or Rod with the Denver Broncos D on his bench.
Well, here's the thing, Stu. You have David Johnson in the game, and right now they have it the red zone for Denver 12. So you got a chance at David Johnson touchdown.
We will
Rod
see.
has no chance at those 2 pick sixes and all them sacks Denver has.
It's true. It's very true. Yeah. All right. Well, let's get on with the show. What have we got first, Brad?
Yeah, let's get on with it. And the first thing we're going to do is talk about the fantasy juggernauts from last week. Like we said before, you got to score 130 points and win. And we had 5 juggernauts, almost half the league. It was just one major scoregasm.
Oh, it was nuts. It was absolutely crazy to see. And it was really Rodney and Lovick skirting in at the very end.
Yeah. Just ridiculous.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at it right now, and the number 5 juggernaut was Lovick with 131.7 points. His MVP, Latavius Murray, who he was able to get in that trade, 25.3 points. Then Rod snuck in there, 134.58. His MVP, of course, Patrick Mahomes, like every week, 37.98 points. And then Stu, here you were, scoring 150-something points. I deducted 3 points for the Trey Burton thing. I don't know if you noticed.
Fuck
I
your
marked you down at 150.52.
I did.
Just
I
to
noticed.
be a little jerk to you. But you're still in the 150 club. And your MVP, James Conner, 29.9 points. I come in at number 2 with 155.76. MVP, Matty Ice, scoring 35 points. And then Dixon, number 1. All thanks to Devontae Adams with 175.7 points. But his MVP, Todd Gurley, with a freaking 40-burger.
By himself. God, by himself. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
David Johnson
Dixon
heard that I took him over Todd Gurley, and Todd Gurley was like, yeah, I'm going to show you. I'm going to make you regret this all season long.
Yeah, you and CoPro.
Yeah.
CoPro's team would be completely different if we would have took Todd Gurley number 1. But one thing we like to do, though, but congratulations to the fantasy juggernauts this week. You guys are awesome. Y'all did good. Me and Stu can pat ourselves on the back. Rod, Lovick, and Dixon, thank y'all for joining us. But one thing that we like to do is what was the highest scoring team for the week out of the players? Well, I can tell you. If you had Jameis Winston at quarterback, and your running backs were Gurley and Gordon, and your wide receivers were Tyreek Hill and Albert Wilson, your tight end was Austin Hooper, and your flex was Saquon, and your kicker was Jason Myers, and your defense was the Ravens, your dream team total would have been 291.1 points.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
It was a little nuts. That's just
Stu. Touchdown for Arizona.
Not David
Larry
Johnson.
Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
No. Do you have like a celebration soundbite? You should put it in there at that part.
I've removed all celebration from everything in my life.
I was a little scared there. I was like, that son of a gun's gonna get a freaking garbage time touchdown.
Yeah, but, don't think so. Not yet, anyways. Hopefully later.
Yeah, it can still happen. There's a lot of game left.
There is.
So yeah,
all right.
Stream team.
Let's go ahead and move on to the injuries, guys.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Number 1 here is CoPro with T.Y. Hilton. Limited practice all week. Hamstring issue. Hilton probable for Sunday. I've got him in my family league. I'm hoping he makes it back this week. And then we've also got Marshawn Lynch, groin injury. Gruden considered it to be a long-term issue, which is not a good sign for an old man.
No, and Devontae Freeman, which we will get to in a minute, Turns out groin issues can be devastating. So watch out. They're going to baby Marshawn Lynch because there's no reason to put him out there because he's old. He's just going to get hurt worse. So, Doug Martin time, Jalen Richard time, and I'm not excited about either.
Nope.
I'm not going to lie. I picked up Richard and tried to flip him to Co-Pro. He didn't bite, so I just dropped him.
Yeah, I mean, he's already struggling at running back. I tried to trade for some guys this week, and he's pretty desperate and only wants a top running back. That's all he's willing to take. So I understand where he's
fine. At. But, yeah, that Oakland.
What is it?
I said that Oakland offense is a mess.
Yeah, them and the Cardinals are trying for runner-up the worst.
Yes. One of them's got the number one pick.
Yeah, because even the Bills are trying to pick it up. I mean, they have better weeks. All right, second here, we've got Vince with Leonard Fournette. Did not practice on Thursday. Yeah. Hamstring doubtful for Sunday. So that's not good for him. He does seem to be making some type of progress, but they're being extra careful with him, which I understand.
Yeah. And he got lucky at TJ Yeldon when they put in there. But TJ Yeldon, they held out, but he got to practice today. So more likely TJ Yeldon will be the starter on Sunday for Vince again.
Yep.
Smart of him to pick him up. But he kind of got hit a little hard with Mohamed Sanu. And it stinks because it's a Monday night game. Has a hip injury. Didn't practice today. It's questionable for Sunday. Looking more toward the not going to play side than the going to play side.
Yeah, it's kind of rough. He's having a rough week in general, and then fantasy was like, Sam Bradford's like, well, fuck you.
Yeah, so, Sam Bradford's an asshole. He cares about nothing.
Well, he got benched, and he's pissy about it. All right, now we've got Adam with Calvin Ridley. Bone bruise. Did not practice today. Questionable for Sunday. That's rough.
Good thing about Calvin Ridley, though, is unlike Mohamed Sanu, according to some beat writers I read today, it was more of they're thinking he's more probable than Sanu to suit up. And they really think Ridley's probably going to get a limited practice in Friday and Saturday due to it being a Monday night game.
Mm-hmm.
So Calvin Ridley, still questionable, but they say he looks more probable than Mohamed Sanu, if that means anything.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that Monday night game, we've also got Evan Ingram.
Back.
Yeah, practicing, probable for Monday night game. The only scary thing is if something goes wrong at the last minute on Monday and he doesn't suit up, if Adam decides to take the chance, he will end up with 0 points because he won't have a tight end to pick up.
I think Evan will play just for the fact that he almost played in that Thursday night game, and he's had that almost like an extra mini bye week due to it being a Thursday night game. So I think they'll be okay.
Well, here's hoping.
I take that risk. I had to take that risk with Sony Michel last week, and that paid off.
Speaking of good news, we've got Lovick with Dalvin Cook practiced in full. We'll play on Sunday.
This is the week.
Yeah. That's a good sign. Funny thing is, it's coming off of his counterpart having like one of the best games of his career.
Yeah, Lovick, here it is, your number one pick. It only took 8 weeks.
Yeah, that's fine. It's not too bad, right?
7 weeks.
Yeah. All right, and then we've got Day with Ted Ginn Jr. placed on IR, done for the season. The man that can't get a break is getting pounded again.
Yeah. What can you do? I mean, it just stinks.
It does. And then we've got Dixon with Gio Bernard remains out with sprained MCL. Not too big of a deal. It says backup. As long as Mixon keeps rocking like he did last week, he should be fine.
Yeah, I mean, Giovanni Bernard is just there for Mixon as an insurance policy. which turns out he's a really, really good insurance policy.
Yeah.
Dixon's sitting pretty. And then Sammy with an eye, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Devontae Freeman placed an IR, groin surgery, done for the season.
Yeah. There's some talk of like 6 to 8 weeks, but I mean, if I get surgery on my groin, I'm not playing the rest of the year.
Yeah. And that's where I was kind of leaning to with the Lynch thing. Like, I feel really bad for with CoPro with Marshawn Lynch. But that's the thing. This could end up being this could be the outcome.
Mm-hmm. It could, very much so. All right, we've got Mo with Cooper Kupp, sprained MCL, out for Week 7 at least. Could be sooner, could be a couple of weeks from a couple of different reports I've read. That one's a troubling one. Cooper Kupp has been a big staple on Mo's team.
Yep. And then also, now we get to you, Chris Thompson, for you, Stu. Limited practice, saying he's going to be a game-time decision. And then Amari Cooper, still in the concussion protocol. That's okay. He's on his bye week.
He is. And then we've got Rod with Will Fuller. Limited practice. It's his hip. He's struggled again this year. Injuries have always kind of been his downfall. If he can get past this week doesn't seem like it really matters. The Texans have got the Jaguars. It's going to be a rough game. Kiti Kuti seems to be hopefully good this week and should take Fuller's spot. And then, Brad, we've got you with DeAndre Hopkins. Did not practice today. Questionable for Sunday. What's the big scoop here?
Well, I think what there's I kind of read up on that day because he's my guy. And they said more than likely it's probably just rest for DeAndre Hopkins. He's been limited in practice all season. They're saying just give him a rest day and just look to see if he gets a limited practice tomorrow. If he is, then boom, he's going to play on Sunday. If not, then I'll be plugging O.J. Howard into my flex, and we're going to roll 2 tight ends for this week. But Zach Ertz and O.J. Howard, Zach Ertz is basically like a wide receiver out there. So I just have to roll the dice on O.J. Howard because I think he has a good matchup. But we will hopefully I don't have to find out.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and move to trade recap. We don't have any actual trades in the main league, but Brad and I have decided we're going to start mentioning some of the dynasty stuff. I know not all of the main league are in there, but there are quite a few of us that are. So
what do we just touch on it? I got Devontae Adams in dynasty. Thank you, Rod. I traded him Philip Lindsay.
Hey, Brad.
I don't even know who else in a draft pick. But
Brad.
I was really excited. I was like, I'm going to start Devontae Adams this week. And then I realized he's on bye.
Yeah, I was going to tell you. I saw that he was on bye, and I was so happy on the inside. It's the only joy I think I can find right now after watching the Cardinals keep making David Johnson go right up the middle over and over and over again, and it never working. But this brought joy to my life. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And the Arizona Cardinals need to fire their offensive coordinator because he's horrible. But to go ahead and do a recap of the dynasty teams, Dixon, dude, you're killing it in the redraft league, and in the dynasty, you're 5-1, best record. Matt, you're doing good, 4-2. Adams 3-3. Rod, you're 1-5. You are in the rebuilding process.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Stu, how are you doing? How's your team looking in dynasty?
I am 4-2, just like I am in the redraft, averaging about 143 points a week.
Woo!
My MVPs are Melvin Gordon, James Conner, and Christian McCaffrey.
That's a nasty trio. What's your chance to beat D-Dub this week?
I think last I looked, it was 94% chance I win. The funny and sad part is that he has David Johnson on his team. So, as I feel bad that he's not doing well in our redraft, he's also not doing well in the dynasty. So,
would you say you're in a glass case of emotion?
Oh, it's so glass, and it's so much emotion, and it's very tiny, smaller than a phone box. Very tiny.
Well, things will get better. You got such good teams in both leagues, you'll be fine. And then my team, Dynasty, force and goal, records 4-2, averaging 160 points a week. Woo! MVPs, Adam Thielen. You know who he is, too.
Yeah, I do.
Saquon Barkley and Ezekiel Elliott. Got me as an 86% chance to beat Puva this week. Pretty excited.
Nice
so, yeah, we both got pretty good teams.
So Brad, are you going to be in a glass case
there's your
of
little
emotion?
Dynasty preview.
Brad, are you going to be in that glass case of emotion watching Adam Thielen this week?
Yes. I'll be in the same boat as you. Adam Thielen's going to go off because he always does, and then I'll be like, "Yay!" I'll be like, fuck that guy."
Yeah. Yeah.
Excuse my language. Sorry, fudge that guy.
You're going to be so excited about that Kirk Cousin, Adam Thielen, pass, and then you're going to be like, "Well, fuck me."
Oh yeah, it's just gonna earmuff myself. Because some obscenities will be said.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and move to Brad and Stu's. Who's first up, Brad?
Well, number 12, Sammy with an I.
I did not feel bad enough to give him his first win. As a matter of fact, I crushed all hopes and dreams and expect a letter from the state about me being audited any day now.
Well, you did that, but good thing for Sam is he has Emmanuel Sanders going tonight, who has thrown for a touchdown and received a touchdown.
Yeah, he has. So, yeah.
So, Emmanuel Sanders has a good chance to put up a 30-burger tonight. And, I hope that's what happens.
Yeah, he's at 22 points, and Lovick is cursing right now.
Yeah, and, he's probably not happy with that.
No.
And then number 11, we got Day-Day.
Yep.
Has the rookie luck run out?
I think so. I think he's struggling, not drafting his own team, and us going by ADP was a little rough on him. He does have Lindsey, like you do in the Dynasty, 8 points. So that's not a bad start for your backup running back or your second running back.
You're welcome, Day-Day.
Yep.
I went ahead and gave him old Philip Lindsay.
At number 10, we have CoPro. You're having some troubles, man. None of the running backs you have either worked out or don't decide to show up to their team. So it's been a little rough for you this year. The injuries are not helping out, and I hope you can make some trades or waiver wire pickups to help yourself.
Yeah, I strongly suggest working down waiver wire at CoPro. And then number 9, we got Adam. What do you think about Adam's teams, Dave?
He's got some interesting players. I think he got a little antsy and traded away Ingram way too early. He'd be in a much better spot if he still had him.
Could you imagine if he had Ingram and Julio right now?
Yeah, that would be dirty.
Instead, he's got Calvin Ridley with a hurt hip, and he's got who would he even trade Julio for?
He traded Julio for
Adrian Peterson. Oh my gosh! Why did your running backs have walkers, Adam?
Yeah, and Tevin Coleman, I think, is hurt this week. Is he not? Has he been limited practices?
Tevin Coleman has really underperformed, and he's been like in a dream scenario.
Yeah.
With Devontae Freeman getting hurt, it's a dream scenario for Tevin Coleman owners, and he is not busted through. No. His chance at a big contract to be a starting running back for a team is going down the drain.
Yep. Well, and so he's got a couple of good guys. If he had Julio and Thomas and Luck and Ingram and Alshon Jeffrey, his team would be scary.
Yeah, it would be.
So trades have seemed to hurt him a little bit. But he's the guru, and he does what he does. So he may pick it up and make a playoff run at the very end of the year like he normally does. At number 8, we've got Vince.
Yep.
You're having some major injury problems this year yourself. Not really focusing on waivers, it seems like. You have, I think, a lot of your money left. It's been rough. You're 2-4, so you're not completely out of it. Mo has lost 2 games in a row. I think you've got a chance if Yeldon and Breeze goes off.
Yeah, right now he's got Fournette in this lineup, but he'll take that out and he'll put in other. Hopefully Corey Clement is who I'd probably go with in that scenario. But right now, Alvin Kamara back, and he's starting Tariq Cohen over Jordan Howard. Mo's been bitching Jordan Howard. I agree with him. Mo's making the right moves.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a hard matchup for you, Vince, but anything can happen, man.
It can, and hopefully Sanu will help out, or he'll move his team around a little bit to get his lineup a little better.
We got some breaking news, Stu.
What's that?
We're going to hold off in the power rankings. Ricky Seals-Jones headed to the locker room holding his wrist.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah, and I believe somebody does have them as their tight end. I think it's Matt's tight end, who's next actually in our power rankings. I'm sorry, Matt. This is live. Your tight end's down. He's done. He might have broke his wrist.
Has him in his lineup. I did offer Matt a different tight end, and he declined. So that's rough. All right, so we've got Rod at number 6. You've been sneaky this year in the redraft.
Rod. He's got a good team.
Yeah, he's just kind of staying steady, not going crazy.
The Mahomes and Barkley combo is nasty because they can both put up like a combined 70 points a week.
Yeah, they can. Oh, for sure. I mean, Barkley is crazy. If he was on just about any other team, he would probably be even crazier.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. Rod, you got a good team. Keep it up, man. Start the Denver Broncos defense when they play against a rookie quarterback next time.
Yeah.
Because right now, you have 25 points sitting on your bench.
From a defense.
Man, we need that from a defense.
That is awful.
That's a weak winner right there when your defense does that.
Yeah. Well, I had 21 points, and that's one of the big factors right there. All right.
Yeah.
And when I benched my 21-point defense, I lost to Dixon last week in the Dynasty. All right.
Yeah.
So we've got
Philip Lindsay, 28-yard touchdown, Stu.
Nice. My wife is going to be happy.
Be happy because she's a Philip Lindsay owner, isn't she?
She is, and that she's happy. I'm happy, and we all know that are married here.
And Philip Lindsay, I own an ESPN league for shits and giggles. So I now got 80 yards and a touchdown on only 8 carries from Philip Lindsay.
That's great. Going into the night, I knew that he was supposed to be a good play. So, yeah. All right. And then we've got you at number 5. Your team is good. Clearly good. You and I have both been fantasy juggernauts for the past, 3 weeks?
It's been big. The only time me and you didn't score 100 points was in week 3.
Yeah.
And since then, our teams are different.
Yep.
So my team's completely different from the day I drafted it.
Mine's not crazy different. Connor, that's my big waiver pickup this year. Changed my team pretty dramatically. But yeah, I mean, I've been a fantasy juggernaut pretty much every week except for 3. One technically I wasn't because I did score the second highest points in the league, just didn't win. So, Yeah, I'm not, and I figure this week's going to be a probably high scoring affair. We'll see how it goes.
We'll see what happens. Anything can happen. And
It
then
can.
number 4, Mo, how the mighty have fallen. You were the
2
number 1
losses.
spot forever, but the shank bucket, it ran dry. It was empty. Nothing at the bottom.
It's been a rough 2 weeks for you. You went from 180 to 170 to kind of slowly going back down and coming down to earth at 100 points for the last 2 weeks. So
I think he gets back on track this week.
yeah, it's the buys.
But I hate saying that because he's in my division.
Yeah, he is, thankfully. But yeah, the buys are going to be a little rough for him. I don't doubt he makes the playoffs.
Yeah, the good thing is Alvin Kamara's bye is done.
Yep.
And he can just ride that man for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And he really doesn't have to worry about Alvin Kamara getting overworked with Mark Ingram being back. I think it'll actually help him more in the long term. And I think the game before the bye week was just really the game got so out of hand so quick, they just didn't need Alvin Kamara.
No, I mean, and Ingram's there. He's fresh. Why hurt Alvin Kamara? Kamara is going to be the guy no matter what. Like Ingram, I don't think Ingram makes it past this year in New Orleans.
No. Ingram's a free agent after this year. He's gone. So Mo, your team's solid. Keep it up. And then number 3, we got you, Stu. You got a solid team. I love it. You got the number 1 receiver in football, and Adam Thielen. I remember before the season started, me and you kind of argued Stephon Diggs versus Adam Thielen. I was on the Diggs side, mainly because Cousins and Diggs had it seemed like the early report early on, and it kind of looked that way. And then all of a sudden, Adam Thielen just took over, and that man has been solid every week.
Well, that's what he was. That's what he was last year for Sam. He didn't always have those crazy games for Sam, but he always was consistent with 15 points almost every single week, if not more.
Yeah,
and that's what I wanted out of my. Yeah. That's what I wanted out of my wide receiver too, and just happened to be he's having the greatest season of his life, and let's hope he can keep it up.
Yep. And then Stu, I got some good news and bad news for you. They Arizona ball, and they've just rushed Chase Edmonds twice.
Yay!
So David Johnson may be done for the night, which would be a smart professional move on Arizona's position. But it looks really, really good for Dynasty for you.
Yeah, it does. They're just annoying at this point. All right, we've got another annoying pain in my side, Lovick at number 2. If the man would just lose and he and I could be at the same win-loss record, I could be first in our division. But no, he's got to stay one game ahead of me. You bastard.
No, and and even though Emmanuel Sanders is going off for Sam, it still looks pretty good for Mr. Andrew Lovick.
Yep.
His team is good, and the problem is he's going to get Sam with full health. The man's lineup this week is Tom Brady, Dalvin Cook, Christian McCaffrey, Julio Jones, Mike Evans, Travis Kelce, Golden Tate, Gostkowski, and the Buccaneers defense against Cleveland, which I kind of like. They kind of shifted things up, and the defense looked a little bit better last week in the second half.
We'll see on that one. I'm
I
not
like
sure.
18 facing Cleveland right now.
I say, you want to water bet this one? I think Cleveland has a better defense than Tampa Bay this week.
Yeah, let's do it. I say the Buccaneers score more defensive points than the Cleveland Browns this week.
That sounds good. Got it.
Put it on the board.
It's on there. All right. Speaking of bets and waiver wire and WAB, let's go to our big board of waiver wire and budgets. All right. We've got our WAB budgets. What have we got left, Brad?
All right. This is what we're rocking. Day. Still got all 100. Rod, 90. Mo, 73. Dixon, 59. And now The rest of everyone's under 50. Vince at 40. Stu, 39. Sam, 30. Adam, 20. CoPro, 15. Matt, 9. Lovick, 9. Me, 5. Me, Matt, and Lovick are broke.
Yep.
We ain't nothing.
Yep, I think it's going to get strategic for pretty much Vince down. It's going to get strategic on how you use your points now. Dixon's not going to go too crazy, but he's got a little more leeway. But, yeah, Day, Rod, and Mo. Day is the one that's got the most, but Rod's the scary one because his team's doing good right now, and if something crazy happens, he's got more WAB to spend than everybody but 3 people.
Yep. With Rod and Mo, they're the ones sitting pretty because they're both in the playoff hunt.
Yep.
And they said they got a lot left.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I'm starting to pick up defenses a week or 2 early.
Yep.
I don't know if you noticed, I picked up the Patriots defense today because they play the Bills next week. I'm having to play the waiver wire a week earlier than everyone else.
Yep, it's not a bad strategy. I seem to be doing all right, not having to use too much WAB for stuff. All right.
You're good.
Our bye weeks
and
this
then our
week.
bye week's up. We be careful on bye week, guys. We got the Raiders, which doesn't affect too many people on bye. Seahawks, that affects people because Chris Carson and Russell Wilson, Doug Baldwin. Steelers are on bye. That affects a lot of people. Big Ben, Juju, Antonio Brown, James Conner for you.
Yeah.
And then, the Packers also rat ton of talent. Aaron Jones, Aaron Rodgers, and Devontae Adams. Yep, all on bye. Jimmy Graham, too. Mr. Graham Cracker. Taking the rest this week.
All right, guys. We're going to give you the top 5 waiver wire ads.
All right, Stu. I like some of the ads the guys did this week.
Number 5.
The Colts defense.
Yep.
Sam took them against the Bills. I love any team facing the Bills right now. Their third string is starting in Derek Anderson. I love it. Number 4, Greg Zerline. The name I can never pronounce.
Yep.
Legatron. Great pickup by Mo. You were forced to drop him. I think Mo spent a pretty penny to get him.
He did, because I put in like $10 or maybe 8, and he beat me for him.
Yeah, so Mo went home. Just makes Mo's team a little bit stronger. And then I love this pickup by CoPro. CoPro, Marquise Goodwin. I like it, dude. Start that man. Because he's going to put up points. Him and Kittle are the only thing the 49ers have besides Breida. And it's actually a pretty decent offense. And the backup, CJ, he has disappointed, and he has a rapport with Goodwin. So I like it. And then Ito Smith by Sam at number 2. With Devontae Freeman going down and Tevin Coleman been underperforming.
He spent some money.
It could be a steal.
Oh, he spent some real money because I put $16 on him.
Oh,
Sam beat me.
Yeah, because Sam went down. He went down. And the number 1, who is my number 1 waiver wire from Fantasy Tips, David Njoku, who you've had on your team, I don't know how many times, but he's back on there again.
He is, and he's in my lineup.
I'm pretty sure he's solidified to stay there.
He is.
Because his target share is ridiculous.
Hey, Brad, do you want to know
over there in Cleveland.
He's
a top 5 tight end this week. Good pickup, Stu.
Do you want to know how much I spent for him?
How much?
6.
How much you spend on David Njoku, Stu?
6.
$6. Oh, just one more than I had. Make sure I couldn't steal them from you.
Pretty much, yeah.
You know how many waiver bids I put in this week?
0.
That's right. I put in 0.
1. You put in 1 for $0.
Yeah. But I picked up the Patriots defense for free. So
that's true.
Next week against the Bills. I feel pretty good. I picked up the Jets because they faced the Bill like way down later in the season.
Yep.
And then I was like, nah, I can't do that.
All right, guys. We're going to go to the big board of bets. Right now, I think the only one we've got is the one that Brad and I just made for The
on there.
Tampa Bay and the Browns defenses, who's going to score more. The other one is Tyreek Hill, and I think I'm still winning that one because he's currently number 2.
Yeah, the top 10 wide receivers in fantasy as of right now in this game isn't going to affect it. Number 10, Odell Beckham, my boy. Number 9, Emmanuel Sanders. He'll be a little bit higher up this list now.
Pretty sure.
Sammy. Julio Jones comes at number 8 for Lovick.
That's yardage.
Juju Smith-Schuster, number 7 for Mr. Matthew Shepard, the donut man, the clown delivery man. And then number 6, Robert Woods comes in for Dixon. Number 5, Antonio Brown for Vince. Number 4, DeAndre Hopkins for me. Number 3, Devontae Adams again for Dixon. Tyreek Hill, number 2 for Mo, and helping you win your bet. And Stu, you still have the number 1 wide receiver in Mr. Adam Thielen.
Yeah, Juju's going to go down a little bit this week just because he's on bye. So Sanders will go up, Schuster will go down. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, but if you look at the top 10, though, like if it was when we were drafting, okay, and you were shown this is the top 10 as of week 6, after 6 weeks of fantasy football, would you be surprised? I wouldn't be surprised. No. I'd look at this and go, yeah, that's about – I see all those names in there. I go, it's about right. But if we would have looked at this list 3 weeks ago, we would have been like, what the hell?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it would have been all over the place. Robert Woods is the only one that's a little shocking, but
he doesn't shock me too much just because that offense is so good.
Now, yes, but that was – I mean, we expected it to be good, but I don't know if we all expected it to be this good.
But
all right, guys.
Robert Woods is the only surprise. That's not bad.
No, not really. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and move to
Brad and Stu's Magical Predictions of the Week.
All right. Our first matchup, we have Rod beating Adam. But, man, I don't know now with that Broncos defense on the bench.
Yeah.
Make me second guess that one.
That's going to be.
I still think Rod takes it.
Yeah, if he loses, he's gonna be so pissed at the optimizer. And
don't ever click the optimizer, guys. Don't do it. Do me a favor. Go to Fantasy Footballers and look at their rankings. Go to CBS Fantasy Football and look at Dave Richards' ranking. Look at Matthews Berry's rankings, for heaven's sakes, on ESPN. I mean, if anybody's going to give you good fantasy advice, it's the prettiest girl at the bar. But do not listen to the optimizer on your NFL app.
All right, guys. We've got Dixon over CoPro. No one sees a shock here. I'm pretty sure we all see this happening.
No. We got Matty Ice over Day.
Little over big. See how this goes. I think Matt's going to do all right. Day's struggling. Yeah, I mean, Matt's going to dig himself out of a hole and put Day in it.
Yeah. And then we got Mo over Vince. I think Mo has his win here. I think he ends his 2-game losing streak. His team is just really good.
Yeah, it is. That one's going to be a little closer than I think it looks right now once Vince sets his lineup. But yeah, I think Mo's probably going to pull it out, but wouldn't hurt my feelings if he didn't. All right,
now, what do you think about Lubbock over Sam? Because right now, Sam's putting a pretty good number. He's got 29.32 points out of Manny Sanders.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's
right now, the projections have it 123 Sam, 122 Lubbock. Yeah. But Isaiah Crowell's probably not going to play, so you can go ahead and scrap him out of there. Probably end up putting Edo Smith in there, was actually a good play.
Wait. Update. Emmanuel Sanders is 29.32 points now.
Yeah.
He got his 100 yards and a touchdown.
I still got to give it to Lubbock. His team's so good. But Sam's giving him a good start. Real good start for the week.
That one's going to be closer than we think.
It's going to be closer than we think because if any of Lubbock's guys have a bad week, Like, let's say his quarterback has a bad week. Tom Brady doesn't do too well at Chicago, which is a possibility. Then yeah, Sam could surprise us.
Yeah. Then we've got
that
Lubbock.
one's close.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on that one, guys.
Then we've got the game of the week: Stu versus Brad.
No surprise, Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, you actually got a warning for copyright infringement. Way to go, Brad.
Did I on the YouTube thing?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I got an email.
Yes. Well, it seems we're making zero money. We'll be okay.
I think we're going to be just fine. I don't think we're using any revenue right now. The big 12 views, 11 views we get a week. Yeah. So
we're
I
getting
see
zero
here on
revenue,
our
which is
pretty
fine because we're not in it for the profits, Stu. We're in it for the love of the game, and we're in it for our league mates, and we're doing this for y'all.
All right. So I see in our lovely document here that you're wanting to do a water bet. Or you want to do a water bet on who I think's going to win and who you think's going to win?
No. Water bet. If I won, I'd win the water bet, and then if you win the water bet.
See, but
with
I
the way
think
David Johnson, the Arizona's defense is going on, if you don't want to do that water bet, I will not force the issue.
See, I think I'm going to water bet that you win.
Huh?
I would probably water bet that you win and I lose.
See, I don't want to make that bet.
Why not?
Never bet against yourself.
Well, I was thinking maybe it would cause some good luck and it would do really well for me, but I don't know.
Oh, I gotcha. Kind of like the congratulations on your win curse that people try.
Yeah.
And it works like 20% of the time, but when it does work, it seems like it's like heaven, for the fantasy angels from above made it happen.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. I think that's all we've got for the week. David Johnson with a nice reception just then. So that was nice.
What?
Yeah. Good.
Did he really?
Oh yeah, 11-yard reception just now.
Oh, what? Didn't he take that man out of the game? He's tired.
Yeah. Oh no, he's a receiver right now. Yeah. That's good stuff. I like it.
Well, that's not good. You got 9 points out.
Nice.
So you got 5 points out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think all out of the receiving game.
Yeah.
That son of a gun. They need to arrest him. That's stupid. Okay. Well, guys,
all right, guys. We will see you guys later.
Since David Johnson decided to make an appearance.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes. But anyways, guys, we will talk to you guys later.
All right. Y'all have a good night.